I what? Yeah, good call.
Well, hello. We're so happy to see you. Gosh, we've missed you. But now that you and your trusty reindeer have trekked through the storm to find us here on the North Mountain, that is the 6th floor of the Cronkite building, we promise we won't create a snow monster to throw you out of our ice castle. That's right. For the first time in forever, it's Cronkite Sports Live. I'm Kyler, he's Trey. Let's get to the sports. All right, we've got breaking news to lead off the show right now. Bo Barnes, my favorite ASU Sun Devil.
Your favorite?
My #1 favorite ASU Sun Devil is apparently, according to his Twitter account, unless this is a very late April Fool's joke, which is possible, apparently leaving the program. Arizona State guard wing player Bo Barnes, transfer from Hawaii and a junior, is tweeting out, he's saying that he's not going to be with the program, grateful to have his coaches, all these sorts of things. No apparent reason given. We're going to stay on it. We do have people continuing to look into this, but this is a huge blow.
And it's a tragedy. I mean, we can never say Bo Barnes anymore when we're watching the game.
That may have been the last time
to do. But not only that, but I think the ASU basketball is missing something here. I think that he brings energy.
100%, no joking aside.
And he came alive. He was really exactly what you want a role player to be. And losing that, that's tough. That's tough.
So, they're going to be losing that three-point shooting. They're going to be losing that energy, as we mentioned. This is going to be a little bit of an anemic team next year. But we're going to stay on this. If we get new news throughout the show, we're going to update you. But there it is, breaking news. Bo Barnes apparently leaving the program after his junior season.
So now let's get to some good news for Sun Devil fans. 2 members of the Sun Devil softball team had their name called during the 2014 National Pro Fast Pitch League draft earlier this week. Dallas Escobedo went #1 overall, while Cheyenne Coyle was drafted 13th. But they've still got a season to focus on back here at ASU, and it's a season that hasn't been without its ups and downs. Here to talk about the upcoming series are WCSN softball analysts Josh Franz and Zach Pokleb.
Thanks, Trey. Zach, this ASU softball team just hosted the Arizona Wildcats, took 2 out of 3 from them. What were your biggest takeaways from the series?
Well, I know they took the series 2-1, but I want to really focus on some of the negative trends that I've noticed. This team is very experienced. I mean, 8 of their 9 starters are back, but they've come out slow to begin games. They've had mental errors on defense. They're taking a little bit too long to pick up the trends on at the plate, and so they've had to make some comeback efforts, and thankfully this team is talented enough to do that, to come back, to fight back and win in extra innings. They came up short on Sunday against U of A, but they just need to come out quicker.
Right, give their pitching staff all the credit. Mackenzie Popescu and Dallas Escobedo have been lights out all year long. But as you said, this lineup needs to start earlier in the game to take some pressure off of those pitchers as they go forward. Now let's go forward for ourselves. Our own Joey Hardy caught up with head coach Craig Nicholson earlier this week. Here's what the head coach thinks his team needs to do in Pac-12 play.
The big thing is we got to go in and play the game the way we want to play it. You know, I think anytime you're playing anybody in the Pac-12, you know, they all have talent. You know, they're all going to compete at a high level, so we got to make sure that we go in there and, you know, game 1 will be big. Making sure that we try to maybe grab some momentum early in game 1, and if we can do that, then you know, I think we'll be in good shape.
Thanks, Joey. Thanks, Coach. Zach, you heard what he has to say. Now, what do you think the Sun Devils need to do to be successful when they go to Colorado this weekend?
Well, not to brag, but I think great minds think alike. I agree with Coach Nicholson. They need to come out and assert themselves quickly, play Sun Devil softball. Cal's coming in very hot. They've won 10 of their last 11 games, and they present some interesting challenges for Sun Devil pitchers. Kylie Reed, their freshman infielder, has yet to strike out this season in 115 at-bats, which is absolutely berserk. And so for a pitcher like Dallas Escobedo, power pitcher, blow you away, it's going to be interesting because this Cal lineup is very disciplined at the plate. But overall, ASU is much more talented through their entire roster. And so because of that, I think ASU will pull the series out.
Should be a great matchup. The Sun Devils will need to play all 7 innings at full strength in order to take a couple wins from Colorado. But that'll do it for us. For Zach Pocklip, I'm Josh Franz. Kyler, take it away.
Thanks, guys. Well, as softball continues to impress, baseball's epic turnaround just keeps on rolling. After winning both of their last 2 series, both on the road against Pac-12 teams, now they're back home hosting USC. Jake and Jason are here to give you all the info.
Hey, welcome in. Jake Garcia here, the expert on ASU baseball. But you know, even I can tell that this baseball squad, well, they're kind of like my Thanksgiving leftovers. They're on a roll.
Yeah, well, it doesn't take a rocket science to see that this team, like you said, is rolling offensively. And it's in large part due to the scorching hot bat of Jake Peavyhouse. His early season struggles have been well documented, but Jason's extra work with hitting coach Mike Benjamin has really been paying off. He's now not closing himself off anymore, which allows him to extend his arms, barrel the ball up. And another move that's gone largely undocumented but has had the same effect is the decision to move true freshman Colby Woodmansey to shortstop, which has slid Drew Stankiewicz over to second base. Now, Colby Woodmansey, true freshman, like I said, he has crazy range at shortstop, freakish athleticism, really flashes the leather, but the issue was, would his bat come around? And that's largely been the case. Hitting is contagious, Jason, and the Sun Devils are really proving that.
Certainly coming through on all fronts offensively and pitching. Hey, Ryan Burr, he's back to dominating things in that closer spot after Jake. Well, you lied to us. You said he dominated as a starter.
I did, but at least he's dominating in some facet of the pitching staff at ASU. But one guy who hasn't been so successful as of late is Brett Lillick. He's been a little bit shaky in his past 2 starts, but you're here to tell us that he's going to right the trend.
Exactly. What a coincidence. Brett Lillick happens to be tonight's starter. The Sun Devils kick off a weekend series against the USC Trojans. And Jake, it's time to make your prediction. How are things going to go down for ASU baseball tonight?
Well, it's really a story of 2 teams trending in opposite directions. USC has lost 3 of 4. ASU has won 5 of 6. Now, USC has some players who have been disappointing this year. Their third baseman he's a David Wright type player, hits for good average, Kevin Swick that is, but he's under 200 in Pac-12 play. And then their starting pitcher tonight in Wyatt Strahan, he was very good last year in his sophomore season, but again, above a 4 ERA this year. So the Sun Devils are going to be looking to exploit this young USC team, and I think they will.
So that's it. You can be sure to tune in, see if Jake's right, or hey, maybe he'll betray our trust once again. That one's going down on the Pac-12 Digital, 6:30 p.m. first pitch. It's going down tonight. Now let's send it over to Brett Deckard, who hopefully is yelling timber.
Good afternoon, Sun Devil fans. I am Brett Deckard, and you can tell this is not my normal voice. Why is that? Well, I'm doing an impression. Don't be upset if you can't tell, because I might be the worst person in the world at doing impressions. Now, this will all make sense in a second when we bring up the first tweet courtesy of Cheyenne Coyle. She says, landed at The Rock. Insert Sean Connery voice. Whew, that's done. Sorry, guys. That was my Sean Connery.
That was
Sean Connery.
I thought you were Bane.
That was Sean Connery.
Bane is often confused with Sean Connery. Yes. Yeah. But I think to know, I appreciated her credit with the 1996 film The Rock, starring Sean Connery.
And Nicolas Cage.
Of course, Nicolas Cage. One of his better moments in I guess a career not with many of them. All right, we're going to move to our second.
He won an Oscar.
It's Nick Cage, man. Moving to our second tweet. This comes from the volleyball court, Genevieve Perot. She says, trying to bike against the wind after leg day. I know we can all relate, especially you guys at the desk. But look beneath that. It's Gage Bunis. He's kind of ripping on his teammate, Landon Gagner, because apparently he doesn't know how to bicycle, which also Zach Pocklip, a member of our crew, didn't know until 2 weeks ago as well.
Is that accurate?
That's accurate.
Just learned how to ride a bike.
Does now.
Does now,
know how to
yes.
ride a bike.
Yes.
Well, that
but
happens
you know
from
what?
time
This
to
is the thing. Every day at Cronkite Sports Live is leg day. We emphasize on our legs. You can't see them here. Buff legs.
That's true.
Toned legs. So muscular that I can barely fit them under this desk.
When you weigh as much as I do, just walking counts as leg day.
Guys, there's a reason we have a desk in front of you, so we don't show your legs.
Oh,
okay. We're going to move to our last tweet. It kind of hits in the studio here for a bit. It's Jared Upchurch. He's had some tweets shown on our show, but this one, some interaction with an anchor on Cronkite Sports Live.
Oh dear.
Too many sorority girls. Here's Jake Gaydon. We're gonna highlight his grammar mistakes here as well. There is never enough sorority. There are never, Jake. Well, sorry about that. But and then Jared Upchurch with the true response. But we like to see the interaction between Sun Devils and ourselves, of course.
Jake Gaydon apparently identifying sorority girls as a single entity,
Yes.
I think is what
in
it was.
his world they might be.
Yeah.
It's possible.
So,
It's possible. You got to love the CSL interaction. I don't think I've ever tweeted
That's good.
Jared Upchurch. Although,
Is Jared Upchurch going to be with the team next year?
I don't know, but if we can mention his Twitter handle of Swaggy J Rock, I don't think anyone can pull that off. I don't think.
No, and
Swaggy
he
J
certainly
Rock.
cannot.
Where
No.
is the Rock coming from?
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
the Rock.
The
It's
J.
movie
The J is all that
They're
fits.
He
inspired
and
by
Cheyenne
Sean
Coyle.
Connery, the Nicolas Cage. There's something there.
Bringing
I
it
think
all
there's
together.
maybe they're hinting at something.
Michael
here.
Bay. That was
Should
a
do some
classic.
research.
That was a classic.
some research.
You know what is an interesting thing is if you go back and look at how many storefronts were taken out during this through San Francisco chase scene in The Rock, Michael Bay is murdering peeps, y'all. So
There you go.
I don't know where this segment is going to.
There you
I
go.
don't know where we're at right now.
Michael
Anyway.
Bay. Michael Bay. Watch
good,
Transformers.
good tweets of the week. Thanks, Brett.
All right. Well, you hate to transition from the good, happy portion in a show to a thing like Tweets of the Week to some more groundbreaking news. But hey, sometimes the way of the world is out of our hands.
Bum, bum, bum.
Like that. It was made public earlier this week that ASU lacrosse head coach Chris Malone will be departing from the program following the 2014 season. National championship hopes are still as good as they've ever been at ASU. 10-0, actually 11-0 after their last week victory, with an upcoming game against cross-state rival Arizona. Time for Kennedy Collier and Cameron Neely to tell you what's up in the wonderful world of Sun Devil lacrosse.
Well, Trey, a lot of things are happening in the wonderful world of lacrosse. One of those things, Cam, is Arizona State is now 11-0. This is not even arguably the best start to Arizona State. This is the best start for them. Let's talk about this a little bit.
Well, Kennedy, what I can tell you about this is that it's really, what's caught my eye is the team playing the statistical columns. It's just really been spread out very evenly. For the number one team in the MCLA to not have a single goal scorer in the top 15 is very impressive. Dan Davis is number 16 in the MCLA and with 31 goals, but all the way down, it's been very, very evenly put together, as well as the assists. 5 people equal production. Cooper Piquel, Kyle Denis, Logan Quinn, Justin Straker, Dan Davis. It's just been very impressive.
Exactly, and they got 3 games left in their season. Is this going to be smooth sailing for them? Are they, are they good to go?
Well, you can see on the schedule here they have 3 more games left: San Diego State, GCU, and U of A. I think the GCU game is going to be really the only rough patch in these waters left in the season. It's the first time they will be the season finale. No more U of A. Other than that, I think it's going to be a very manageable win. I do think they will get to 14-0.
Yeah, the players certainly hope that, and I know Coach Malone hopes for that. But what do they need to do to continue this 14-0 hopeful?
Well, you said it right there. Coach Malone play that bearded, hush-toned lacrosse that he teaches day in and day out. He does not want them to be complacent, and he's going to do everything in his power to make sure they do not stray off the path, Kennedy. So really, just to keep on going, do not get complacent, keep running the course, and I think that they will be very strong going into the playoffs.
And we were talking to Coach Malone a couple games ago. He doesn't want his team to get too calm, too confident. When they get too confident, they make mistakes to Coach Malone. So hopefully they won't do that. It's certainly been an exciting season, Cam, and hopefully
Exciting
they can.
beard.
Exactly, an exciting beard too. Hopefully they can go to 14-0 for Arizona State. Lacrosse, I'm Kennedy Collier with Cameron Neely. Back to you guys.
Welcome back. Okay, I'm not going to do that again. Sorry, guys. If there were any children watching earlier, I apologize, but they had to witness. But
Children?
Yeah, my
My
impersonations
children are actually
awful.
watching, but I don't think this is offending children.
Somehow
Go ahead,
they
sorry.
did bring me back in. I'm still on the show. This is our debate segment. There's no really point system. Nobody wins, really. We choose what we want here. It's all fun and games. We just want the best sports knowledge we can get. So we're going to begin. Trey mentioned earlier in the show that Chris Malone is not going to be returning for the Sun Devil lacrosse team. But for this season itself, they're number 1 in the country, a top team. Does this affect their championship run? Go ahead, guys.
I'm going to say it does affect their championship run. I actually think it makes their championship run more likely to happen. I think you have extra motivation when you're playing for him as well as the seniors. And I don't think that there's this cloud of animosity or sadness across the board for anything like that. I think they're still good in their pursuit of a championship.
I'm going to agree. The reason this team is so good is not because they love Coach Malone. It's because they're amazing. And they're very well coached by Coach Malone. I don't think they're going to stop playing well. I don't think they're going to stop being far and away the best team in the country. I'm not saying they're guaranteed to win, but I don't think it'll be because Coach Malone left if they don't.
All right,
we agree.
I apologize.
Boring.
I agree with both of you, but the point of a debate is to disagree. So negative points for each of you.
He's
for
the one
question
who agreed with me, though.
It doesn't matter, Trey. You should know before.
I formulated
Trey,
it.
you would get extra points if you were
less
able
negative
to just make him not agree with you. The second question as we move on. Now, with sand volleyball being the newest addition to ASU Sports' increasing list of NCAA sports, the question remains, what should be the next ASU sport that goes NCAA level? Take it away, guys.
Go ahead, Trey.
Honestly, this is a tough one because I think that the ASU lacrosse team has done an excellent job of proving their resume. So is the ASU hockey team. Both of these teams are definitely making proving statements in their past seasons. But I'm going to say hockey because I think that Wells Fargo can have ice laid down it. That's a venue to play in. That's important when it comes to NCAA sports. And they've developed quite the following more significantly than lacrosse.
The benefit of both of those sports is you can have a women's component as well, so you stay even on Title IX stuff. But I'm going to actually say it's neither lacrosse nor hockey. The answer to me is obvious. The next Arizona State NCAA sport should be curling.
Oh my! That doesn't count?
That was a curveball. I don't know. I was going with hockey. That's my sport. But can we make it? Well, okay, Trey gets the points for this question, but Tyler automatically wins bonus points for the question that could have been, is what should be the next NCAA sport in general? Curling. Get on that, guys, if the NCAA does exist for more than a couple more years. Anyway, our final question. ASU baseball, they started off the season. You know, they were a ranked team, 21. They had a promising start, promising outlook at the beginning of the season, but things weren't exactly as planned. They've come right back up, though. Two big wins against UCLA and Oregon State have pulled them back into the polls. Are they in contention in the Pac-12? Are they a serious contender?
I'm going to take this. I'm going to say yes. If you can beat the teams that they've been beating in the Pac-12, absolutely. The reality is there's been a lot of changes, and with change comes adjustment, which takes time. I'm not saying I would pick them to win the Pac-12 or the College World Series, but I think they are a contender.
I'm going to say the same, actually, and I hate this because I'm agreeing with you again, although the curling thing set you back, so I'm kind of in coasting mode right now.
I got bonus points.
I'm going for the victory.
I got killer bonus points.
I think that ASU baseball has proven over the last couple of weeks that they've really got enough momentum, and they have enough offensive prowess to keep up with teams in the Pac-12.
Regardless, they're an exciting team. They have workable pitching.
It's fun.
They have a great coaching. Yeah. It's a good team. They're solid. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, we will see. We'll see the winner. Kyler.
Yes!
Bonus points.
What?
Bonus points.
Why?
You forgot about it. You said you were coasting to victory.
That should not count. This is the thing.
Curling. What is it?
I guess I shouldn't have.
Oh, yeah.
That's not even how you play curling.
Yes, it is.
That is exactly how you curl.
Yes, it is.
You guys would make terrible
curl.
curlers. I'm a roommate with a curler. I would not.
All right. Thanks, Brett.
Every week that we're on, we are #blessed with the opportunity to choose a coach and player of the week.
What's really difficult is how hard it is sometimes to make the decision. #journalism problems.
There you go. There you go. And maybe even some #first world problems. But all eyes are on us. And we know that a simple decision from us can brighten up someone's entire life.
It's true. This is really important.
And you know whose life we're going to brighten up this time around?
I do, actually.
Chris Malone. I mean, how can you pass on this guy? These numbers are impossible by most people's standards.
Evidently not.
Well, yeah, Malone is Mr. Impossible.
Never tell me the odds, says Coach Malone.
Look at these numbers. I mean, 5 MCLA Final Fours. Keep in mind, he's only been here since 2008. What were you doing in 2008, Kyler? How much have you done since then? I guarantee you haven't made 5 MCLA Final Fours.
No,
I guarantee you don't have a nearly 80% in the win column.
It's really turned into kind of a negative thing for me here. But no,
this
in fact, I have
not. This is pumping up Coach Malone and all that he has done. It's not to down you. Viewers out there, you're probably just as unsuccessful over the last 7 years or so.
It is possible.
But Coach
I
Mullen has done a
have,
great
in
job.
that amount of time, gotten married and created 2 children.
Well, maybe next week we'll have a parent of the week, and you just
There we go.
might be the front runner.
By the way, a quick note before we go on to Player of the Week. One of my children, when I told her, my daughter Lila, that I was going to be doing the show again today, she said, "Oh, Daddy, I hope Trey is on." So,
boom, baby.
Not very excited about me. So, anyway, from the sideline to the baseline, it's the turnaround player that sparked the turnaround team. Junior Jake Peavyhouse pulled himself out of a big early season slump. Now he's powering the Sun Devil offense. He hit 500 in the 2 Sun Devil wins against UCLA last week. He's starting to rediscover the clutch gene.
Got that clutch.
Yep.
Just woven into his DNA.
Exactly. So for figuring things out and getting this team moving in the right direction, Jake Peavyhouse, we salute you.
Now, for the peak of the show, with a little twist, we decided the month of March was so
twisted peak.
good that we had to have a flashback Friday. There's another hashtag for you. And take a look at the top plays of the month. So we're going to start things off here with these top plays.
There they are.
We're waiting on Thermal.
Top plays of the month. This is going to be difficult because there have been 3 top plays a week as it is.
This is really the cream of the crop. As you see, Dan Davis working from X, diving or falling down, as some may call it. You see it again right here. Just a beautiful goal-scoring effort. They call him the Flying Squirrel, and he shows why right there.
Dan Davis absolutely killing it. Number 2, to the softball diamond we go. Nikki Gerard here with the walk-off win. Play at the plate right there. But more than just this, folks, this clinched a no-hitter for pitcher Dallas Escobedo. She had no hits through 7 innings. Bottom of the 7th, it was still tied 0-0. Nikki Gerard with the walk-off ground-out RBI. And on the back end of it, no-hitter for Dallas.
And easily the top play is Arizona State hockey winning it all.
And the Sun Devils have won the ACHA Men's Division I National Championship. They scored the net of Robert Levin. The Sun Devils win. Sun Devils win their first ever Men's Division I ACHA title.
Pretty exciting.
I'm surprised no one got hurt in that scrum. If I had
Well,
been
if
at the
they
bottom
did,
of
the
that,
season was
I would
over.
have probably
So
died.
that's
Just saying.
accurate. So, yeah, that was pretty big. Pretty good month for Arizona State sports. We got the no-hitter. We've got Dan Davis diving or falling down.
He does that a lot. He does it a lot.
And Arizona State hockey wins a championship. First championship for Arizona State since, I don't know, been a while.
Never. Arizona State hockey's
Well,
never
hockey,
won a
yeah, first
championship.
time
But
ever.
yeah, as far as like sports overall, ASU definitely benefited from that.
But we've won a championship, and we just did it. And the championship, America, your company. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Yeah, thank you. That's pretty good. Thanks so much for sticking with us. He's Trey. I'm Kyler. For everybody else here at Cronkite Sports Live, good day.